Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're wondering what you see here, this is a lot of pieces of paper that I have cut up into some very interesting sizes. I've decided to do the Teeny Weeny Art Challenge, which was started by Kasey Gold, and I believe Jazza has done one of them as well. So yeah, I'm going to try that out. And I'm using my Copic markers and my multiliners here, and also a pencil and eraser that I showed earlier to sketch. So basically, if you don't know what this challenge is, it is where you draw the same piece of artwork on multiple pieces of paper and they incrementally get very small. And now I decided to half each piece, so like each piece will be half the size of the one that was before it. So yeah, the first drawing was pretty easy to do. It was pretty straightforward, you know. I just drew a Pikachu and a Mew, and I used construction lines, blah blah blah, inked it, and yeah, it was a pretty easy to do thing. I just, you know, a bit of a walk in the park really, and obviously it was going to be the easiest one. So yeah. The colours for this piece, I decided to use cadmium yellow, golden yellow, pale pink, and robin's egg blue and holiday blue, and then a basic cadmium red for the cheeks and the mouth. And yeah, it was pretty ordinary, I guess. It was a good start to this challenge, I guess. But yeah, the next piece of paper is this size, and yeah. The next piece was pretty similar. Obviously, it's not going to be exactly the same, but it was useful that I had that first drawing as a reference. Now these two came out a little tiny bit more chibi, but I'm guessing that's not because of the size, that's just because, you know, sometimes when I draw them it comes out with like bigger eyes, etc. But yeah, not really much to say about this either. Now here is the two compared to each other, and as you guessed it, I am going to do another one half the size of that one. And this one was where it started to get a little bit more difficult, and as you can see, a lot of the time when I sketch it's down the bottom a lot, but that's because I'm not used to having the camera zoomed in so far, so usually I do move my drawings around a little bit. But that's alright. I ended up fixing that problem later. And yeah, I started inking off the piece, and you can definitely tell that my my inking pens look a lot thicker on this drawing because of how small it is. That's definitely a difference. And yeah, his the Pikachu looks pretty nice. The Mew's eyes aren't the best, of course. It's been a while since I drew Mew, but that's okay. And yeah, it was fairly easy. It wasn't exactly very challenging, so I decided to continue on and do a even smaller piece. Now this one was a little bit more challenging, as you can expect, and as the video zooms in more, you can see my hands look a lot larger than they usually do, and yeah, I just have to apologize for my dirty fingernails. I actually look after animals, I'm an artist, and I like gardening, so I can't always have clean, perfectly manicured fingernails. That's okay, because you're not here to watch that. You're here for the art, I'm hoping. And yeah, the colouring isn't as accurate as before. You could tell that it's a lot harder to make it all precise and blend, but that's okay. I wasn't too worried. I decided to continue on. Now here's where you can tell it's starting to get quite challenging. The construction lines are a lot thicker, and it's like kind of harder to sort of ink precisely. I decided to use a smaller pen for this. I believe this is my 0.2 or 0.3, I'm not too sure. And yeah, Pikachu's face, the proportions are way off. He's kind of got a bit of an egg head, but I still think it's good, and I still think I can continue on. Colouring in was pretty straightforward, except for when I accidentally started colouring in Pikachu pink. That was an accident, but whatever. It's not an issue because, yeah, the yellow covers it up. You can tell I'm going out of the lines a lot more, but oh well. This is a challenge. And yeah, here's the next one. And you, as you can see, I decided to put some dots on the table because I do like to move my drawings around a fair bit, and I really hate going out of the frame because, well, you can't see the art. So yeah, that's why I did that. And wow, Pikachu's eyes are definitely not symmetrical anymore, and Mew's expression is very interesting. And it looks like Mew has lipstick. Lovely. But I am stubborn, so I'm going to continue. And yeah, with this pencil, it's starting to get very difficult. The shapes are starting to get a lot more simple, and Pikachu is just progressively getting fatter and fatter. And yeah. I ended up started to use a 0.05, which is a very, very, very tiny multiliner. And yeah, look, and the paper started to get very hard to control because it's basically the size of my finger. And yeah, this is very interesting. This is probably where it started to get extremely difficult. As you can tell, the lines are very hard to control. However, it still kind of looks like the Pokemon. I hope. As you can see, the Pikachu is like literally the size of this nib that I'm using. So yeah, for the effort, I think it's fairly okay. Yeah, a lot of detail has started to disappear. As you can tell, Mew's eyes are just a big circle with a blue coloured inness, but that's okay. And now for this next one, I decided I had to sticky tape the paper down. It was just getting way too hard to control. If I held it in any way, it would it would be covered up by my hand. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, and because the camera is so freaking close to the table right now, you can tell it's very wobbly because it's zoomed in really well. But that's okay because I like to try. And yeah. Now this is I think it's the smallest one, and this Pikachu is starting to look like a Mimikyu. But hey, I like to do weird things on the internet and suffer in the process. But that's okay, because it's quality content, I hope. And wow, here it is. Look at all of these artworks. It's actually really crazy when you look at the size difference. Like, look how huge this one, which is actually an A5 drawing, by the way, it's not A4, compared to like the ones after. And like the smallest one, like look at that. It's like so hard to pick up. Like, look at the size. It's like the size of my fingernail compared to that. And yet they're the same drawing, which is kind of cool, but also kind of funny. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this interesting video. Let me know if you want me to try it again. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone!